This is Boston Lanka News, bringing you news, views and entertainment from Boston and USA. I'm Vayoni Dimel. To honor Sri Lankans living in Australia, the Serendib 2014 award ceremony will take place at the end of October in Melbourne, Australia. Virosh Perera, the CEO of the Serendib News Network, has been the brainchild of this Grammy-style fusion Sri Lankan Awards night. Virosh Perera joins from Melbourne, Australia to talk more about this award ceremony. Virosh, tell us a little bit about the Serendib 2014 award ceremony.
Yes, thank you, Boston Lanka, for having me on your program. Yes, we are very privileged to have a Sri Lankan very classy event in Australia for all the hardworking Sri Lankans. That's the most inspired Sri Lankans living in Australia. There's about 100,000 plus migrants have moved here, and the second generation. So when we look at the whole community as such, it's about 150,000 people. So this event is we are doing it just to showcase what is Sri Lankan community is all about in Australia, and to showcase our culture, and to take Sri Lanka forward into the next level of what we are in other countries. So most of us have adopted this country as our motherland now. So we want to showcase the Sri Lankanness here, because not only in Sri Lanka we can celebrate and showcase. I think we are part of this community. We are part of everything what we do here. Other non-Sri Lankans would like to know what is Sri Lanka is all about. So this event is a highlight and a celebration of the Sri Lankans living in Australia, and also it's relevant to all the other countries, that how we can showcase Sri Lankanness to the world.
So how did this all start? What made you decide to organize an event such as this?
Yes, for me, most importantly, when I moved here about 15 years back, I was struggling to get into the community. I was just a loner here. There was no friendships. I was absolutely a new person to this society. So I was struggling to connect with certain people in the society. There was no friends, family, no one. So first thing what I did was, I didn't have a vision this much where I will end up with. But I've asked for a Sri Lankan newspaper just to see what's around. I asked for any media channels. There was a couple of radio stations. They were very nice to us. Then I was looking for an opportunity just to mingle with the Sri Lankan, but there was no newspapers. So what I did was initially just to set up a Sri Lankan newspaper for the community here. So we started the first Sri Lankan newspaper 15 years back. Free circulated newspaper, absolutely few pages and about in one color or two colors. That's how we started this journey. Then after a while, we realized it's not enough. We're not doing enough for the community. Then we started to honor the Sri Lankan community the same way, the businesses, the charity part, so many different things in a different level of showcasing. So we started Serendib Awards in about 2004, 2005. That was the initial one, just to recognize, because I'm sure, any country, expat community, wherever they are, there's a big story. First registered migrant moved to Australia in 1880s. So there's so many people have done things for our community, but we haven't really appreciated their hard work. So a lot of people have done certain things. So what we have started doing is appreciating our big pillars, or the big partners of the community, their hard work. They have done it anyway already. So we are recognizing and appreciating their hard work. That's how we started about 10 years back. When I look at today, the event is all about inspired Sri Lankan people.
Virosh, I know that you have started the Serendib newspaper and building your news network. Could you share a little bit about your background?
Yes, I'm a very small person to start with. As anyone from Sri Lanka, we had a dream of doing something better than who we are, as of our families and anything that we see. I come from a very small country town called Moratua from Sri Lanka. I grew up there, but I studied at St. Joseph's College. Then I moved to London for my further studies in 1990. Lived there for 10 years, did my studies, did a MBA in marketing, did some CIM, all that, and got into a little bit of telecom business sales. That's where my humble beginning happened. I was just average person in life. But when I moved to Australia, I really thought I had to put something into the system. It's not enough of what I know and what I've done. So I've continued to work hard. So this is 2000. 2000. I moved to Melbourne for personal reasons. Then got involved with newspapers, never looked back. I'm very passionate about what I've done in life. Now we have two newspapers, one in Australia, one in UK. Another landmark of the community paper is we are a trilingual newspaper. So we have the newspaper in three parts, majority is in English. We also have Sinhalese section and Tamil section. So we want to keep everyone happy within the community. So newspaper has really grown at the moment. I see a lot of potential, a lot of opportunities because of the communities have grown. It's not we have grown. To add something into that, at the moment we are negotiating with another Australian company to a joint venture partnership that if everything goes through very well, we will be a listed company by end of this year or early next year. So Serendib News will be a listed company in Australian Stock Exchange very soon.
Let's get back to the award ceremony. Could you talk about the judging process in selecting the recipients and how you want this to be a very credible and transparent process?
Yes, Swami, that's one of the important parts that we changed this time. We have done this couple of times before, but this time it's not a popular contest. It's about going through your credentials, making sure the right person is rewarded or appreciated. So judging process, we had a nomination for a couple of months. So people nominated, not we nominated, not my friends nominated, they nominated. We have all authentic nomination, including their date of birth. So everyone genuinely nominated a friend, family, uncle, auntie, brother, sister. They all did it. We had 379 nominations. We closed the nomination 30th of September. Out of that, we selected 81 finalists for the event nationally. We had actually a nomination from US also, probably through Facebook or any other source. And we had nominations from India, Sri Lanka, all over the world that people have seen this. And it's nice to see people have seen our work here, that they are recognizing the friends living here. So then in after that, we have 12 independent judges, including Sri Lankans, non-Sri Lankans, Indian community, that who came forward to judge this and to give the right person the appreciation. So for last 4 or 5 days, we had one-to-one vivas with all the finalists. They all came for an interview, like they are going for a massive interview with their profile, with their credentials, with their bio. They all came, and we are at the moment we are finalizing the winners. So next few days, the judges will be busy making sure that the right person will win. That's a judging process. So it's quite a big more than anything. I think judging process is the most important part for us.
I know you have many recipients, but for the benefit of our viewers, could you please share the profiles of few recipients that you will be honoring?
Yes, certainly. Everyone is a champion for me. I cannot really, differentiate anyone, but I'll just give you a little bit of background about Sri Lankans living in Australia. We are blessed to have some key names, but they are not part of this event this time. Ex-governor of Victoria, Professor David de Cresta, he was Sri Lankan origin, done so much for Australia. So we have some really big names. But this time we have some new names that really homegrown, but they have just started from the scratch. Pretty amazing stories. Actually, The youngest person would be 12-year-old Kiona Mendes. She's Victorian #1 tennis player. She's only 12 years old, and she's probably ranked #4 in Australia. So she's probably a very good contender for a start. Sri Lanka would like to see these people growing and taking the game, the name to the global. So that's the youngest person. Then we had Aaron Fernando. He's 15 years old. He's captain state of Victoria. That's another. These are young guys. Then the top end we have very well known Julian Simmons in the entertainment category. Julian was big name in The Voice in the 2014. He's there for entertainment. I'm sure his single he will be out actually today. So he's a big trump card for our community and taking forward. And also Andrew De Silva is not competing, but the community is honoring Andrew De Silva, the Australia Got Talent winner last year. We are honoring him, and also Peter Kuruvita. We are honoring him as well for his contribution taking Sri Lankan food into the global marketplace, and he's a brand ambassador for Dilma. So many big profiles out there. We're really blessed to have so many big names here. And this night is going to be all about the people that have done something for Sri Lanka and beyond.
What's the concept of this event? And also, could you please share some of the highlights of the night?
Yes, well, we all showcased a lot of things back in Sri Lanka. We had the taste of it. We have seen it. We have done it. But when you come, I'm sure even the US or Sri Lanka or Australia or London, I've seen the models are very different. We struggle to deliver a big event. We struggle to do a good event, classy event. We are very comfortable wearing a tuxedo back in Colombo. But when you come here, we probably have one event or two events a year that we can dress up and go for a function with our partner, with our wife, with anyone. So I just think we wanted to do something that caliber, what they have do it in Sri Lanka. So this event, when you walk in to this function, you'll have Arak cocktails, you will have Faluda shots, you will have Diulkiri shots, you will have all the Sri Lankan nibbles, tapas style nibbles that you will be served. So it's a very fusion Sri Lankan event. It's the same thing, but we have done it in a very modern way. You're walking into like a mini Grammy event that you walking on the red carpet with a big backdrop of the night, and we have the garden party for first hour and a half. So everyone can mingle with their friends, family, or new networks. I'm sure there's 75 winners. They're all business, high-profile people. They want to meet up. They want to catch up. They want to exchange their business cards. So we had the corporate part. Also, we haven't forgotten the traditional part. We are even thinking of giving a little beetle leaf when somebody walks in. So it's a welcome in the Sri Lankan style, but we do it in a corporate way. I want to add something into it. Our first course is Jaffna style molakatani. So we are really considering something Sri Lankan food in a corporate world. Jaffna style molakatani, and we have karabija soup, and we're also trying to give a Sri Lankan cookies to go with the first course. So that sort of a menu is lined up for the day, and there's a lot of Sri Lankan entertainment involved, and end up with a dinner with a band and a DJ to end the night.
Last but not least, what are your plans for the future as a news network?
Well, plan is my vision, Ayomi. I want to have a global platform for all the Sri Lankans. That means one media network to reach all the expat Sri Lankans in the world. We have had fractured small strategies in place every country. It's only lately that we started working with some small institution. But if all these small institutions comes together as one voice, we'll become a very big platform. So in near future, maybe next 2 to 3 years, you'll see Sri Lankan media platform for the expat community, because we have so much of news, investments, and interaction with Sri Lanka, but we don't have a platform to communicate. So I think it's right time. If I'm not mistaken, there's about $8 billion goes to Sri Lanka every year. and about 4 to 5 million expat community living all over the world. So these are key factors for Sri Lanka. Unless we really connect these two together, we cannot grow as a country. So they need our support, they need our contribution, they need our money. So my vision is to connect Sri Lanka and have one media platform so we can reach all these expat community, get their message across, or vice versa.
That concludes our news edition. We meet you again with another news edition of News, Views and Entertainment from Boston and USA. Till then, goodbye.